As the final stages of the Second World War command America's attention, two candidates compete to define the course of the nation in the coming years. Key issues will be the continuation of the New Deal, labor relations, Roosevelt's health, and of course, the war. Roosevelt must prove he still has what it takes to lead the country in a time of crisis. Dewey must make the change for after Dewey must make the case for change after 3 terms of overwhelming Democrat rule. Hello everybody, welcome back to a video, and today we're ending the FDR series. Alright, let's do this. So as per usual, if you didn't watch the other parts, this is part 4 of a mini-series in the series of me doing the new campaign trail, where we're going through all the Franklin Roosevelt elections, where I'm trying to get his opponent's victory or sink Roosevelt's campaign. I already covered the other 3 Roosevelt ones. You can go check that out. By the way, big thanks for the massive support on the Bush v. Gore video. That video is already, as of the time of recording, my 3rd most viewed video, and is very close to overtaking the Fast X unboxing for being the 2nd most viewed video on my channel. So I just wanted to say thank you for that. And let's get into this. So we are going to begin as Thomas Dewey. Now, if you remember, this is not actually our first time playing as Thomas Dewey, because we actually played the election of 1948. I can say how that one went. Thomas Dewey, Republican from New York. Thomas Dewey is the star governor and former district attorney of New York. Having ascended to that office only 2 years earlier, he's already made a name for himself as an effective, pragmatic governor, and he seeks to bring his model of governance nationwide. As a candidate, he will have to balance the conservative, isolationist wing of the party with the moderate, internationalist wing of the party, though his sympathies lie with the latter. No matter what path he takes, however, it will be an uphill battle for him. Let's see, so we've got John Bricker, the governor of Ohio, strong connections to the conservative wing of the party. While he's not an exceptional force intellectually, his easy demeanor will provide a sharp contrast with Dewey's cerebral effect. He is also very popular in his home state of Ohio and would virtually assure its place within the Republican column. What else we have Earl Warren, who actually was Dewey's running mate in 48 as the popular incumbent governor of California, and a moderate in the vein of Dewey. Earl Warren would be a strong choice. He is palatable to both wings of the party, though he does not appeal to hardline conservatives. He will be reluctant to join the ticket in any case, and he has little personal respect for Dewey. Arthur Vandenberg, a popular Michigan senator. Arthur Vandenberg was a convert from isolationism to internationalism and a major architect of the bipartisan foreign policy pursued by the Roosevelt administration. Choosing Vandenberg would reforce the Republican pivot away from isolationism while not offending any other Republican demographic. Bricker would be an interesting pick. Ohio would be a good one to win. So, let's go with John Bricker. Okay, what do you have to say about your choice of running mate? Bricker is a great man that has served Ohio well during his time as governor. The Republican Party must be united to have a chance at defeating Roosevelt, and Bricker will do just that. Bricker is a staunch conservative that really demonstrates the direction I wish to take the country in. Let's see, how are we doing in the polls? Not great. Let's see, so let's highlight Bricker's time as governor. Ohio will be key to any Republican victory this year. What will be the tone of your speech as you accept the nomination? I will present the case for a more inclusive Republican Party, able to appeal to a wide range of voters. Okay, so in real life, I believe Dewey went full on the attack, and actually, I fell into the trap he did in 1948, which is too vague on policy, so we need to hit middle ground here. Let's see. I will present the case for a more inclusive Republican Party. I will throw a bone to my core supporters. I will talk about the issues with the New Deal. Okay, let's do an attack on Roosevelt. Attacking occasionally, I think, will be a good strategy, but let's not make it too big. This may be a good way to avoid opening any rifts in your party, were it not for the fact Roosevelt is generally popular with the electorate. The partisan audience of the convention eagerly devours the speech, however. Okay, what are we at? 66. What's something that could easily flip? Let's try Wyoming. What tone will your campaign take as you cross the country? Let's see. We must present a moderate, pragmatic alternative to the Roosevelt administration. We must avoid being too forceful in matters of policy. The Roosevelt administration is incompetent and unfit to administer this nation. We must appeal to the Republican base by presenting a conservative program to the nation. Let's present a pragmatic alternative to the Roosevelt administration. That did not help us. That actually lost us electoral votes. What do you say to the conservatives that are uneasy about your candidacy? Let's see. We cannot afford to anger the conservatives at this critical junction in the campaign. Let's see what we've got. Okay, so foreign policy, internationalists, moderate. Do we have any big states? The South is... Okay. So, the main thing across the country seems to be, okay. Back to game. What do you say to conservatives that are uneasy about your candidacy? Alright. Let's promise to pass broadly acceptable portions. It's probably the best they could hope for and the best that you could do. Okay, that boosted us a little bit, but still not great. New Mexico. Oh man, I gotta choose. I've supported our involvement on the global stage, no matter what course we take during peacetime. We have grown to imperial. Let's see. No matter what course we take during peacetime, there will absolutely be no change in the war's course under a Dewey administration, and unconditional surrender is the only acceptable end to the war. I've supported our involvement on the global stage even before Pearl Harbor. We have grown too imperial in our outlook. Our international presence should be restricted. Let's go with unconditional surrender. You gotta say that. While you've avoided answering the question, this may actually be the best response. Your stance is certainly popular among the electorate. The issue of the communist presence in the American government has come up recently. How much will you needle the Democrats on this? Let's say the Democrats are unwilling. Strong stance on communism offends nobody and pleases everybody right now. Okay. Does that help us? That helps us out a little bit. How far will you go in order to win back the... Okay. Focus should be on attacking Roosevelt. There are some good points we can make about Fair Employment Practices Commission and other anti-discrimination efforts. Will be critical. Yeah. Your campaign is looking to be the most pro-civil rights campaign ever. Does that help us out any? No, it did not. That sunk us. Okay. As the campaign picks up, you may focus your efforts on a particular area in the country. New York is going to be a big one. Okay, we're up to 122. We could do this. The top tax rate is currently over 90%. Will you reduce it? I'll do anything in my power to reduce them. You certainly won't be losing big business support after this. Okay. Your running mate has unintentionally made statements in support of Gerald L.K. Smith, a far-right minor party candidate for the presidency, and a white supremacist. How do you react? Let's disavow. That sunk us by half. We should have just stayed quiet. Both conservative Republicans and Democrats. Okay. After nearly 12 years of Democrat rule, policies of the Democrat Party, the New Deal, all good in essence. The New Deal is popular, so let's go for a Wilkie strategy on attacking the New Deal. Dewey will run it right. All right. Ultra-isolationist Republican representative. Oh no, that's not good. That is not good. Yeah, let's... Yeah. That was not good for us. That was really not good. We could flip Michigan, and that could help us. Roosevelt's running mate, Harry Truman, has recently come under fire for his connections to the corrupt Missouri political boss, T.J. Pendergast. How will you capitalize on this? Let's attack Truman on this. Reminding the voting public that this man could be a heartbeat away from the presidency will certainly do the Democratic ticket no favors. Roosevelt is seeking an unprecedented fourth term in this election. How much will you attack him for breaking the two-term precedent? We'll attack him for this. Your partisans love this, but independents and moderates aren't moved by your attacks. Let's go to California. Roosevelt is no healthy man. In a recent speech he has made showed him in an extremely weak state. Will you capitalize on this issue? Let's attack his health. Okay, that was not a good way to word that, but let's bring that up. One of your advisors has suggested that you travel to the war in Europe as part of your campaign. Will you do so? Meeting with leaders and soldiers may just be the perfect strategy to allay concerns over inexperience and diminish the effectiveness of Roosevelt's commander-in-chief strategy. Let's do that. Well, you've taken yourself out of the ring for a while. You seriously burnished your foreign policy credentials with this trip. Did that help us any? No, that did not. We're going to have to sink Roosevelt, aren't we? You are to attend a bipartisan meeting on foreign policy with the current Secretary of State, Cordell Hull. However, your foreign policy advisor, John Foster Dulles, is currently unable to walk or travel by train. Will you still attend? See, Hull and I can arrange. Let's attend with another advisor. While you're caught off balance at times, the meeting proves to be quite the boost to your campaign. Dulles certainly isn't happy, though. Former Republican nominee Wendell Willkie still has significant catch-up both within and without the party, and he is wavering on which candidate to support. Will you seek his endorsement? We will meet him and see what can be done to win him to our side. Willkie, I think, is going to be a good one. Your meeting was a success. You convinced him to endorse you, winning over countless internationalists and moderate Democrats. That did not help us too much with the electoral vote. With all the attention being paid to Roosevelt's health and age, he and his campaign have decided to mount a vigorous campaign let's see whether his gambit pays off. While Roosevelt has had a few episodes of poor health, he's able to bounce back from each one of them. One has to admire his tenacity, though people are having doubts about whether he can keep it up for another 4 years. A recent leak from the War Department has revealed Roosevelt the Roosevelt administration plans to dismember and totally disindustrialize a defeated Germany. Will you capitalize on this? Um, let's see. Okay, yes, we will. Roosevelt's commands is to dismember. Sorry, must avoid. No, we will not. He is. We are in agreement with these plans. Perhaps he has, but it was the Secretary of the Treasury that created them, and Roosevelt almost certainly approved them. Okay. We're gonna have to sink Roosevelt. Roosevelt has just made a speech criticizing Republican attacks on his dog. What? Roosevelt made a speech because Republicans attacked his dog? Yes. Whoever asked him to bring up his dog. While you put out a good response to his speech, may see you as having lowered yourself down to his level. Senator Joseph Ball, a committed internationalist Republican, has proposed that America commit a portion of its military forces to an international organization. What are your thoughts on this idea? There are better ways. We will need to win over Wilkie Republicans. I'll support the measure, though I'll avoid mentioning it excessively. While the proposal itself is suspect, Ball's reluctant endorsement has helped you tremendously among internationalists in the state of Minnesota. Where is Minnesota? Yeah, we're still losing there, but it's a closer race. Anything we could flip? Not the Deep South. Michigan. As the campaign enters its home stretch, both you and Roosevelt have begun to wage attacking campaigns of increasing intensity. Will you allow these statements to escalate? Must continue attacking. It's come to your attention that the Roosevelt administration may have cracked Japan's military codes before Pearl Harbor, thus meaning that they had advanced knowledge of it. Revealing this will benefit your campaign as much as it will damage the war effort in the Pacific. Let's say this is outrageous. It appears the American public shares your sentiment as Roosevelt slides massively in the new polls. Yeah, but I mean, still is winning. I mean, this campaign comes to a close. Where will you focus your efforts? The Farm Belt. Will this be enough to win the election for you? Sorry you've lost. It was always going to be hard to beat an incumbent, but many believed you had a real shot this year. At least you can be reassured it seems America will pull out of World War II victorious. Your political trajectory is uncertain right now. With your popularity in New York, you may well stay as governor indefinitely, but there's still no true leader of the Republican Party, and you have many ardent fans. Is a 1948 Dewey Roosevelt rematch in the cards? Only time will tell. Okay, results by state. Overall results. We're going to play again. But this time we're sinking FDR. And yeah, given Wallace's unpopularity with many party leaders, they've sought a replacement for him in the form of Harry Truman, a senator from Missouri. He's led the high-profile Truman Commission investigating wartime waste in the process of gaining a national reputation as an effective senator. While Truman is not especially gifted administrator, there should be little cause for him to get involved in the affairs of state. Your tax proposal, raising revenues on numerous sources, has been soundly rejected in Congress. Your advisors are suggesting a veto, but Democratic leaders are pleading for you to sign it. How will you proceed? Sign it, veto it. Let's see. Yes. Stunned Senate gallery watches as Senate Majority Leader Alban Barkley condemns your veto message. Your veto is easily overridden. Ouch. Oh, that helped us out a lot. Will your message be before the Democratic National Convention? Who do you trust? Big inclusive party. We are winning this war. Who do you trust? Let's try to be partisan about this. Yeah. The tone's a bit harsh, but the Republicans' opposition to preparedness bills is a real opening for you. Okay, that's not good. We're dealing with one of... Okay, do you have any comment on your choice? More moderate. Some like this tack to the center and others don't. What will be your campaign strategy? Let's make this partisan. For a wartime president, the public does not want more of the same partisan rhetoric. Okay. Physical physician has diagnosed you with a number of health problems. So I'm being serious. You have no choice but to reduce your campaigning. Okay. How will you utilize your running mate? See Truman. Actually, let's keep him on the sidelines. Since you're campaigning little, it doesn't seem prudent to let Truman sit back too. When Truman mentions not changing horses, Republicans easily retort that you already dumped Wallace. Okay. So I actually knew that in real life, Truman was a big campaigner. So my strategy to let Truman sit on the sidelines, if that comes up again, every time it comes up, I'm assuming it's probably going to come up a couple times, we're going to just say, have him on the sidelines. In your second and third terms, you passed a number of bills preparing the United States for a possible declaration of war, such as the Lend-Lease Act and Selective Service Act. How frequently will you bring these up on the campaign trail? All the time. This makes sense. We supported these all the time. These are widely popular. Oh, no. Wendell Willkie is still undecided on which candidate he will support. We are going to refuse the endorsement of Wendell Willkie. Okay. Some progressives in your party are unhappy over your choice of Harry Truman as vice president. These grifters make up a small portion of the Democratic Party. Are they serious? To combat this, we should keep Henry Wallace on in a cabinet position. Let's make fun of them. This is going to hurt you amongst your base. And their convention platform, the Republicans have included some surprisingly strong language in support of civil rights. How often will you address this often ignored topic? Okay. It's best to stay quiet. Yeah, but that didn't really sink us any. Some of your party want you to be more forcefully... Some in your party want you to more forcefully condemn extremists in the Republican Party. John Bricker, Hamilton Fish. Let's attack Dewey. Voters don't really buy this, and Dewey is actually quite liberal on a few issues. Your policy of Japanese internment on the West Coast has received some flack recently. Given the growing inevitability of a Pacific victory, what is your current plan for Japanese internment? We're going to continue the policy. It's widely unpopular. I think most people say it is the worst thing FDR ever did. So, strong public defense for the already controversial policy of Japanese internment is not something you need to be doing, especially as many begin rethinking their past support of this. Man, but that did not help us sink Roosevelt. We need something big to happen. Good news, we reported surplus funds. Do we have... Okay, do we have the merch option again? The Midwest was extremely close. New York, carpet bomb. Midwest. Let's carpet bomb. No, New York. Here's the thing, but I believe both Roosevelt and Dewey are from New York. So this is interesting. Because technically it was interesting. Okay, so it could go either way, but we're going to go with the Midwest. After landing a beachhead in Normandy earlier this summer, Allied troops have pushed back German forces into interior France. This puts the squeeze on the Axis even further and is a big boon to morale. Wait, it seems like we actually went up. Okay. We might not need to do as much sinking as I believed. Okay. What are your thoughts on a plan to create an international peace organization after the war? I'll commit troops. Pundits note the surprisingly internationalist stance here, but you've secured the endorsement of Republicans. Secretary of the Treasury has called for a rapid denazification, deindustrialization of Germany. The internationalists in your party cheer you on, but German Americans are none too pleased with this. Man, we're still tied. Okay. Dewey and other Republicans have made hay with Harry Truman's connections to Boss Pendergast. How do you respond? Truman can speak to this of himself. Fortunately, a paratrooper operation in the Netherlands titled Operation Market Garden was not as successful as expected. Oh, wait. Oh, but there's no clear majority. It's only a 5 electoral vote, which could mean that it could go to the House. That could be a strategy. Oregon. You are to address the Teamsters Association. What message will you deliver them? The Republicans earlier this year. My opponents are not content. The opposition this year has used tactics. Okay. I'm not content with the attacks. Let's bring up the dog. The quip is an immediate hit. You leave the audience in hysterics in the speech. Okay, never mind. In a fiery speech in Oklahoma City, Dewey has lambasted your New Deal policies, accused you of being in sympathy with communists, and criticized your cabinet. It appears my opponent is satisfied, turns back a million. Let's see. So I think it's going to be... Oh, man, that hurt. Is it going to be possible to think? Oh, no. Texas, a third-party splinter group called the Texas Regulars have sprung up in opposition to your candidacy. The campaign nears its end. Do you have any comment? Let's travel to Texas. This takes Dewey out of the picture and helps you a little. But the regulars are now surging due to your publicized visit. Okay. Oh man, really? It just keeps going. What will your final message be to the voters? Let's see. Let's attack Dewey. Shoot. Iowa. Some may have expected it in such extraordinary circumstances, but it will not diminish your unprecedented victory. Hopefully you can carry America through the end of the war and into a possible boom period thereafter. On the domestic front, Democrats have retained their House and Senate majorities, even expanding it in the latter chamber. With less power to obstructionist conservative senators, you'll have an easier time passing your agenda. You can hand over the reins to your vice president in 1948, or perhaps run for a truly remarkable 5th term. Let's just hope your health problems recede by that point. Well, that is the Roosevelt series. We ended with a flop. So, yeah, we failed. We only succeeded 2 times. I sunk Roosevelt's campaign in 32 and 1940. That's the only victories we got. But either way, that ends the Roosevelt miniseries. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.